Hey, Borrowed Parts. This is Price is Wrong from Metal Vortex. It's Saturday. It's 1 o'clock my time. Dredges just spawned probably about 15 minutes ago. I've been kind of distracted, or I'd have been on here already. But anyway, um, I'm gonna see if I can get me a couple of dredges. I know I still need to get my campaign done, but I'm not going to do that right now. I have to do that later. I'm just waiting on some repairs. So anyway, time to get the show on the road.
Welcome to Battle Vortex.
Hey, Captain. I went and redid my overlay, so you have to tell me what you think, man. So hopefully it's really cool. Hopefully y'all like it. I actually have a crap ton of fleets out right now, and basically the reason why I did that is because I had been visited earlier. I had somebody went and visited my base, and sniped my dock, and prepped out my guard, and then never came back. And so right now I got my guard repairing, and so my dock's repaired, but I got my guard repairing, and I got no bubble. So I'm just kind of hoping I can put some kind of a guard back on there. Basically did a Reaper prep on me. I do still have my Hell Strikes are still down from when I was trying to do the raiding fleet. So I got a lot of work to do. But anyway, I don't know. I kind of figured some of the chat you guys can see the chat now instead of me blocking it all out and all that stuff. So you can kind of see it a little bit. I figure with the green screen, I don't need to have a box or a frame anymore just for me. I can just put myself where I want, wherever I want on my screen here. And um, but yeah, I took a lot of pride too in designing this overlay. It's obviously it's a blueprint frame from the new ones, not the old one. It's the new blueprint frame design, and um, took a lot of pride in it. Uh, well, maybe I'll look at that in a bit there, Captain. But I'm gonna try getting some dredges right now. I'm going to see if I can find some. I guess I ought to see what I went and did because I was expecting people to come back and hit my dock again. I went ahead and launched a whole bunch of fleets, and I basically what I did was I picked a spot all the way at the very end of the world that I'm in. Okay, and I obviously I can't tell them to go anywhere in 201, but I can tell them to go to 200, and that's what I did. And so everything's going there. It's basically it was anywhere from 5 hours to 9 hours, and I launched them all about an hour ago. So anyway, I guess what I should do is see where my Stingray is, find a relay, see if I can find a high level. Basically, if I can find a 98, that's what I'm gonna hit. So let's come back and hit this guy. See if I can get me some dredges. I need to get a little bit of uranium. I went and screwed up earlier. I went and spent. Somebody told me that was the legendaries were just coming out like mad, and and I thought, well, they told me to roll, so I spent about 20,000 uranium rolling, trying to roll for cruise, and all I got was two bullseye brigades, and that was out of 3 tries because I ended up one time after the first 10,000, I just went ahead and accepted something, just anything that I'd already seen like 10 times. It was kind of infuriating, but it was a waste of uranium. 20,000 I wasted. So I'm just going to see now if I was at over 100,000. Now I'm at like 79,000 uranium. All right, let's go ahead and zoom out here a little bit. All right, let me get this chat out of the way. Multitasking over here. So doing a Facebook PM on my iPad, and then all right, now I definitely got to get turned back around here quickly. Oh my goodness, it's going to come out. It's getting ready to break loose. It's getting ready to break loose. Let's see if I can slow it down. Oh, I couldn't do it. All right, maybe they'll be far enough away for me to be able to handle it. Extreme. Check out my overlay, bro. Tell me what you think. It's a brand new one. Man, I took a lot of pride, man. I spent a few hours on this yesterday trying to get it just right, and it was a lot of work. Man, that was freaking close right there. I think I avoided taking damage, though. Alright. Let me get me something over here to kill this thing. Alright, that's like a minute away. Hey, Celtic. Yeah, I kind of shrunk my game screen just a little bit to fit inside the frame. I wanted it to fit real nice, and I think I pulled it off okay. Now, obviously, there's a lot of things you can't see, like you can't see my metal count, you can't see my gold count, but that's okay. I mean, you can't see my sector, but I think all of that is fine. All right. Now, let's see. I'm going to put together a plan here. Now, what I could do is I could come in the bottom left here, is because, and then work around this way. That way I'm hitting this guy in the face. Maybe that's what I'll do is I'll come in at 9 o'clock, see if I can knock out a couple of these other boats. 9 o'clock sounds like a plan to me. Hey, Guggen. Yeah, hide my cords. It's going okay. I got a bit of a headache, man. I'm not going to lie. Just woke up really congested this morning. Shower helped a little bit, but man, the headache has already sat in, so there's not really a whole heck of a lot I can do about that. All right, so well, it's just for me. It seems like it's about year round. To be honest with you, I'm not going to lie. It seems like it's about year round for me because it just seems like I'm always hurting, just always. You know, people often, make comments about my eyes and such, and I people often make comments about my eyes and that kind of thing, and I don't know what to say about any of it. I need to see if I can get some of these Kodiaks to come in inside my range here. You kind of almost need to be in full screen when you're doing these, is because just because you need to see your relationship to the island. You just really need to see all of it. I love blue UAVs. They are so freaking awesome. I got to be really careful here. Stupid rocket's going to get me. I don't like stupid rockets. Stupid rockets kind of suck. Just saying. Alright, time to turn back around. Oh, yeah, right in the fire. Alright, now I'm going to start picking on this island a little bit, so I'll zoom back in. Upper, how's it going, buddy? Gotta watch out for that stupid rocket. Stupid rocket's going to get me. Stupid rockets. Alright, turn around, turn around, turn around. There we go. Have I noticed if Steam, most people, TeamSpeak is, I don't know if it's more stable. If TeamSpeak's more stable than Raid Call, a lot of people go for Raid Call because it's free. You know what I mean? TeamSpeak just generally requires somebody to fork out some dough. Uh, that's kind of the norm. But the downside of Raid Call is that it's only supported on Windows, so Mac users, they have to do some finagling to get it to work right. But yeah, TeamSpeak may work better. It's definitely got a lot more options and bells and whistles that you can play around with that Raid Call doesn't have. Blue, give me some blue. Oh yeah, blue, blue, blue. Next. DH, how are you doing? New base card? Yeah, we can look at it, Guggen. I just want to try to get me a couple of dredges here if I can. I wouldn't screwed up, man. I wouldn't spend about 20,000 uranium rolling for cruise because somebody told me it was handing out legendaries really good. And I'm like, BP gods just really must like this guy because it wouldn't hand me squat. I basically spent about 20,000 uranium and got like 2 bullseye brigades for it out of 3 tries. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Foxo. Yeah, I like it too. I actually put a lot of work into this overlay yesterday. I was trying to get it to be just right, It was a bit of a challenge, but I got it. I got it. I was really happy with what I ended up with. Come on, some blues. There we go. More blues. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm like up to my eyeballs, man, in repairs though right now. That's the only thing that really sucks. All right, let me out of here. All right, let's see if I can find another one. Where's some stingrays at now? All right, find relay. All right, so this is like no influence here. So let me just check my local dredges. Dang, they're gone already. Alrighty then. All right, this was the south tower, so I'm just going to peek around real quick and just see if I can find something. See if I find another one with 98 or better. And zoom in on that because I can't really tell what that is. 93. All right. There's a 97. That's not too bad. Let's see what the east looks like. I might just do the 97. All right. Let me get my stingrays up here. And I'll get my Kodiaks up here. And I'll get my Nighthawks up here. Am I floating on your screen, G-Daddy? No, I haven't done the Let It Burn yet. I do plan on streaming that, but I got to get caught up on some repairs before I can, sadly. Yeah, I still haven't gotten my Hell Strikes fixed from the other day when I did I used it on the unidentified raiding fleets and I lost it. That's a 24-hour repair, but then, I had somebody wouldn't snipe my dock right after I went to bed last night. So basically, I spent about 9 hours not repairing anything. And then I had to get my dock repaired before I could resume. But, they prepped up my guard. So I'm actually repairing my guard right now. I was kind of really hoping to be able to do my Let It Burn tonight. But it's not looking good, not without me spending some coin. I really just figure right now, I was really just kind of curious how this whole stream would look with this my new overlay and all that. I think it looks pretty good. I really like it. Um, Let me see how far away my stingrays. Oh, all right. Anyway, let me show you my full screen view real quick. And you notice I've got the big the wall Battle Pirates wallpaper that they made a while back um, behind me. I actually, if you notice, it's a different color just outside the frame here, but it's basically the same thing. You know what I mean? It's just different color. So I think it looks really cool. Yeah, spent a little bit of work on it. I grabbed a Battle Pirate blueprint and I kind of, you know, um, cropped out all of the outside, the border of the regular blueprint frame, and then I started stretching it and doing what I needed to do to make it look good and fill up this whole screen. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy. Where the heck are my stingrays? I got the green blanket that I sometimes will wear on here when I'm cold. I actually got that over my chair right now. So it's like if I wanted to, I could be invisible. See right here? So now I can be invisible so y'all can see all kinds of stuff. That's showing off though. That's probably going a little too far. All right. Well, anyway, stingrays. Let me in, man. Let me in. It's counting down already. It started counting down right away. It just didn't let me in right away. Guggen. That was cool, right? What the heck is shooting at me? Alright, 9 o'clock is a bad spot to come in. FYI. Don't come in at 9 o'clock. Holy crap, man. They are wearing me out. Alright. Oh man, the other two are already loose too. Crap-a-lap. Man, this really bites. Never go in at 9 o'clock. Just for future reference, just so everybody knows. And don't target anything either, because you always want to shoot at whatever's closest. It's really the only way to manage the distance in there. But you'll be able to see right here why that is. You know, they're actually sneaking in on me, because basically the one that gets closest, I slow down. And they're basically just coming in on me really, really slowly. There we go. Now I can just concentrate on the one. Oh, man, that sucked. Kinger North. Extreme. Harry Potter. Yeah, I got my cloak of visibility, man. It's pretty neat. Yeah, the Going Rogue campaign. Yeah, it might have been a mistake. Alright. Make sure my other boats are here. Alright, where the heck are they? Oh, crap. Relay move here. Relay move here. Relay move here. Alright, so now it's 40 seconds away from the tower. Alright, yeah, 2 disruptors per ship, upper. I sure do. On this one right here, because there's a boat at noon and a boat at 7, I'm probably just going to have to end up killing this one right here right away, and then working on the island. I think that's well, I usually come in at the top, don't I, and kill this one first, and then I start working on the island. That's how I normally do it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Trying to get my position right here. All right, that'll work. Trying to stay away from everybody else. I'm in Sector 11 right now, and we're having this. It's like a little bit of a palooza. It's a CBD palooza, and is what they're calling it. And it's basically in honor of a, I guess one of the Oblivion guys had passed away recently, and so instead of a memorial, this is what they're doing. Man, he slowed me right down, didn't he? Gotta drive the heck out of these things. Sorry, I'm concentrating really hard, so I'm ignoring the chat. I This is a lot of work for me. I know a lot of people it's like a real naturals, but I'm not. I'm not one of those lot of people, sadly. Just not. Limited holes during the April raid, they did not. I have not heard anything about that. Yeah, I did get the Kodiak fleet repaired. I probably should have concentrated on the other one first. But I knew this right here, the Kodiak fleet would be able to take a 60 dredge. Quite honestly, the other fleet probably could have as well, but all right, let's go ahead and bring that number 4 boat in. All right. Yay. Now I know there's in my sector where I'm currently at my there. What's going on here is we have this Palooza. So basically, there's like tons and tons of like big name alliances here that are all they're basically just wiping out the world instead of they're basically picking on all of beta and not just any particular sectors. But of course, there's a lot of alliances that will fight back. And so basically, we've got people here throughout the sector that are sniping fleets and whatever they can get their hands on, really. Um, I put a base guard out earlier, a outside guard. It was just a mercenary fleet, and it got sniped. It wasn't even out 5 minutes. So we got people out here with night, Phantom Nighthawks just sniping fleets like mad. And It looks like we're out sniping people's fleets somewhere too. That's one of our guys. Hey, Captain. All right. Now let's see here. Mm. Yeah, it will make it fun trying to get the uranium campaign done. Sure will. I fleets wise though, I'm not really all that hurting. Well, I am hurting fleet wise. I'm just uranium wise. I'm sorry. I'm not in a really horrible shape uranium wise. But I'd rather not give up that 50,000 that I can get. I need to park these boats right away because if not, they will be sniped. And start bringing my other fleets back. I only basically told them to come out here because I wanted, just in case my dock got sniped, I didn't have to want to repair my dock to do anything. But it's just what's been going on here. I wouldn't mind doing some 50s, but I my can't really do them right now. Yeah, I would definitely, if King or North, instead of maxing out your uranium, I would definitely try to see if there's something you can do to see if there's something that you can do to spend some. Whether it be platform upgrade or just, I mean, there's so many things you could do, to try to spend some uranium. Something else you could do, Forsaken Arena Tournament, you can actually go in there and buy your damage protection early too. That's another way you can spend uranium. I mean, it's only a little bit, but it's something. You can go ahead. I mean, if you're going to be throwing it away, you might as well just spend it on anything you can. And one of those things being, like I said, Forsaken Arena damage protection. All right, so all these boats are going in. So hopefully that means nothing will be getting sniped. All right. Well, my boats are back in sector. Fast shot 45. How are you? All right. What did I miss? Did I miss any conversation? Well, yeah, 45,000 is not really broke. Max on uranium is 208,000. Yeah, if you put your mouse on top of your uranium right there, it says what your capacity is. You see right there, it says mine says 208, 244 is what my capacity is. Yeah, I'm actually still got my Grimshine Berserker going. This is just going to be a tank for me. It's going to be a tank for me. I'm pretty happy I'm finally going to have one. And this one right here, it's actually going to fit in perfectly with my Harlock Atlas carrier fleet. So I can basically have all four of my Harlocks and this in one fleet. It's going to be pretty awesome. Pretty happy about that. As I understand, Foxo, you need to be at least a captain. Man, I got a headache, Fast Shot. Yeah, I have maxed out before accidentally. I've maxed out and thrown some away. And man, I just the thought of throwing it away is kind of painful. So yeah, but anyway, yeah. Currently, um, let's see where my repairs are sitting at now. I kind of wanted to put my guard in, but I don't know. Maybe I actually shouldn't be focusing on that. But I just figure when I look at my repairs currently, I got about another 4 hours repairs on my guard. This right here is the fleet that I'm going to be using mainly for my tournament, and 17 hours it wouldn't have been done today. Like I said, it went like 9 hours without repairing because I just happened to get hit like as soon as I went to bed. You know what I mean? And so basically nothing repaired all night. Um, so yeah, this is not going to be ready tonight, particularly, especially at least not without me doing a significant amount of coining, and I don't want to do any of that. If I'm going to coin at all, I'd rather speed this up. I'd rather speed this up right here because 190 gold right now is what it would cost me to speed that up. I do have 2 Reapers though, so I might be able to potentially do an event for free. Now, let me see. Somebody on here had a video. Was that you, Captain? Oh, Guggen has a build. This is your base card, eh? All right. Now, for the flagship, looks like you just put in a masthead on. You don't have any flagship only holes, so that'll work. I see you using a lot of strikeouts. I'm assuming that means you don't have bees. And quite honestly, I would really recommend just sticking with siege missiles at all, if at all possible, just because anything that goes into the remote targeting range is going to be reduced by 60%. Um, you're definitely smart to minimize the specials you use. If you don't need to use specials, you know, because they add a lot of your weight, a lot to your weight. And let's see here. Hold on a second. I'm just going to bookmark this here or pause this just for a minute. Oh, this is my buddy Santana's video. All right, let's skip that. All right, we'll look at that in a minute. Anyway, let me scroll back down and get the chat right. Well, anyway, now I see you're sticking with the D92s as opposed to, and this is the U's. Is that both of them? Yeah, that is both of them. I take it you're not going with any kind of cryo launchers in your base, whether it be on a Wendigo or I know they got the new cryo turrets also. I take it you're not going to be using either one of those, and because they would stack if you used the cryo launchers on here, the D104s, as opposed to D92s. But not to mention the cryos, it doesn't, 80, you basically reach a charge of 80. You can get a cryo splash as opposed to you get a shockwave, where on here you have to basically reach a charge of 120 with the D92s. And I see you put thrusters on there, and I'm assuming that's to increase your evade. The evade on that is a 12 buff. If you had the evade upgrade right here, you get a 15 buff, and it weighs less. So the total weight on this is 6. Hold on a second. What's the total weight on that? Oh, they weigh the same. But if you use the evade upgrade, you actually get more evade. But 57.1 evade on there. It's not horrible. And these two are identical. This guy here, oh, you're putting negotiators on there. Negotiator 3. Hey, Evil Kiwi, how are you doing? Oh, you don't have evade upgrade. I gotcha. Incendiaries, nice, nice. And hydrodynamic. With the incendiary too, when it puts the fire in the water, obviously subs are going to take damage from that too. So, but yeah, I guess he'll take full damage. Well, not full damage. This is it's 50% damage uh, as opposed to 100%. So, but nice. And finally, you have interceptor, and I'm assuming you put this in here for the thermal sub protection, and then you got solid fuel booster on there. Nice. I mean, it is a nice guard. It is really really nice. Um, I just a couple of things. Like I said, the strike L's. If you went with the went with siege missiles, they because they hit so much harder. They when the damage is reduced by 60%, they'll still feel feel really strong. But it is a weight factor, I'm sure. But yeah, nice guard. Tacos, man, sounds good. All right, so I guess some folks on here want to watch Santana's video, huh? Captain, that was you. That was a 2-minute drac. Now Santana is a friend of mine. He is a buddy of mine. I probably should mute. Hold on a second. Yeah, because that might be like illegal, and I don't want to screw up my video here. All right. Well, anyway, this is an amazing video, isn't it? But this video was made. I know there was some changes made to the. There was some changes made to the new cannon, and as I understand, versus the Reavers. Well, I guess as I understand, it's like if you. I mean, look at the health bar. It's going down like just crazy talk. And you see his time right now is 23:04 from 25. So that's 1 minute and 56 seconds before he had the destroy option. He didn't even bother killing the artillery. He just went in there and straight in there and did that. That was awesome. But that was pretty amazing. But if you ever do go in there and do that yourself, like I said, I don't know if the cannons are going to hit exactly the same ways because there's like something funny with the cannons now where basically it only hits stuff that's well, it's not going to only hit stuff, but I guess for some reason when you're sideways and you're supposedly moving faster, even though you're a broader target, you're supposed to be harder to hit, you know. So it's like it seems to me they really reduced the hitbox of the ships or something. I really don't get it. Maybe it's just a round circle as opposed to being like oval shape or oblong. But I don't really understand that whole thing. But you notice if you were actually went into those Dracs for uranium. If you were to go in there for uranium, you actually get a lot more uranium when you 100% the base. So you can get right around I think between 3,000 and 3,500 uranium. Um, and unless you go in there for 100%, if you go there for 100%, you get an extra bonus that brings it up to about 4,000. Hey, Bucked Up. Everybody drink. That was the drinking word on the show last night or Thursday night. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that show. We are going to be having a roundtable in about 4 hours, and right now the only time crew campaign right now is to Let It Burn, um, and it's the normal, 1,700, 2,500, and or 17,500, 25,000 rather, and 7,500. So what's that? 50,000. 50,000 uranium in a cutthroat crew. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Well, anyway, I guess that's really all I got for now. I don't know. I don't know what Nash has got in mind, to be honest with you. Being that he's the host, he'll be coming up with the topic, and he has a tendency sometimes to procrastinate a little bit. I don't know if it's just he's got like real life stuff going on or what, but I know he wasn't at home when I messaged him earlier. He had replied to me from his phone, and so I don't know what the topic is going to be. I wish I did, because I don't know if he needs me to prepare anything or not, but he likes to do that. He likes to be spontaneous, and um, even during our pre-show, a lot of times, it's like there's things he'll still surprises you on the show, where he doesn't really tell you everything that he's planning on doing. I don't know if he just doesn't plan it or what, but it's like sometimes during the show he surprises us and just kind of blindsides us, you know what I mean? And we're not really prepared to respond how he wants us to respond, and he drops a lot of clues as to things that he's talking about as opposed to telling us exactly what he's talking about. So it keeps things interesting for sure. Yeah, this is a new overlay I did bucked up, and yeah, I put quite a bit of work into it. I spent because had so much time to repair my fleets. I just figured I'd get on here and I'd try to make myself a really nice overlay. This was a concept that I've had for a little while, but I just knew that the amount of work that it was going to take was going to be kind of substantial. It was going to take me a few hours, and it did. It took me a few hours, and to put it together. And but I really like it. I don't have. Let me see. I don't know if I changed the Flash game to. I do, but I don't really need it anymore. I had the black still blocked out on the game screen, but there's nothing behind it anymore, so it was still black. So yeah, there's nothing. There's not going to be anything like the spinny things behind the game anymore. So like when I hit my loading screen, it's just a regular normal loading screen. I took the two spinning battle blades, obviously, and I put them in the two corners. So, um, and my Nash, I just kind of my spinning Nash. It's not no longer covering up my gold and metals because those aren't visible anyway. So I just kind of just dropped it down into the water, but I wasn't sure where else to put it, to be honest with you. Yeah, wasn't sure where else to put it. Broadcaster. I use Broadcaster. The Gamecaster requires to use a very specific software, or I'm sorry, the game you're using to be basically have a. I know there was like DirectX and there was something else. So I used the Broadcaster. Broadcaster means that I can do all kinds of stuff and not just what Gamecaster can. Gamecaster requires that you use the right the right kind of renderer, I guess, or or you need to have a capture card. So yeah, I use the Broadcaster. You going to start streaming Evil Kiwi? See how bad my oh, I seem bucked up out here. Let's see here. I'm just curious what my repairs are up to. All right, so here I got 3 hours 45 minutes. That one there, ouch, 2 hours. That was a big blunder. 2 hour blunder right there. So, and that's 9.5. So that's what, it's 11.5. 17, that's what, 28, 29 hours. Um, and 29 hours, and that's 32, 32 and a half, 33 hours. It looks like I've got about 44 hours and some change where the repairs right now. So that's kind of ouchies. Kind of hurts a little bit. Um, I don't know, Bucked Up. I haven't seen you play, so really I don't see why, you know, most people will, you know, take low levels, and because you can fit into certain bonuses, you know what I mean? If you're willing to contribute to the group, like here, as long as you're under level 53, you can be a Rocketeer. it's 46 through 52. So a lot of groups will take lower level players just because, especially if you're willing to contribute towards the bonuses. I remember in our group once upon a time we had defenders, and it was really nice, is because it basically increased our turret reload rate for our base, and it was really nice. You know, we got that, and we got turret defense bonus, but that seems to be kind of messed up right now. So maybe there's like some kind of a graphical error right there. Maybe I'll screen capture that. But let me see. I think there was one armors. We used to have some people that would a whole bunch of people that would contribute to that, and that basically actually wasn't there one of these. There was one of these that actually. Well, actually, it might have been just defenders with the turret defense, because basically it made your level 4 platform so they couldn't be bunker busted. So now, if you're a very aggressive player and a big coiner, there's even more groups that will be open to you. Oh, I gotcha. Um, yeah, well, I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what kind of player you're bucked up. Well, there you go, right here, bucked up, Evil Kiwi. He's looking. Yeah, our alliance right now, MBK, used to be a really, really strong alliance, and it is still really strong. Don't get me wrong, but we're not like a lot of alliances. We don't get base guard, we don't frubble, we don't try to block hits, and we don't like to drive. You know. Now, however, I'm not going to say this is a rule within the group, because it's not. But none of that is. We don't have rules. Okay, just means that it's up to you if you decide that you're going to guard or if you're going to drive your base guard. Okay, and usually the things that will, for us anyway, the things that will cause us to lean in that direction is like if the guy that's hitting us, if they drive, if they try to make our hits really difficult, then we'll try to make their hits difficult. Hey, Dreadmall X. G Daddy has who gone? Yeah. And that's another thing that we like to do is we travel. We try to travel all the time. Now we're not. Hey babe, we're not. We don't always travel together. Sometimes we'll split up, or we're doing something different for whatever reason, whatever motivation we got to go in a different direction, we will. But we do primarily try to be with each other. Um, but MBK is a good group. But they are looking for more aggressive players. MBK is coiners, if possible. Okay, so basically people that, because our high-end guys get bored a lot, and because they don't have partners. You know what I mean? Whether it be because partners are off, tired, or whatnot. And so they're looking for more people to help them elevate their game. But anyway, well, I guess my building, I still got like 11 days on that. My ship's got 3.5 days, or might as well say 4 days. I got like, in here, I'm getting ready to have R5 Kodiak. That's what's going right now. So I'll have my armor abilities shortly. In about another day and 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So that'll be nice. After that, I'm probably going to work on my Reapers. I've got 2 Reapers built. And even though I already have a Nighthawk fleet, nothing here really impresses me all that much, so I'm not really in a hurry to get my Nighthawks retrofitted. But my Reapers, I really want to get these to R10 because I want that submerged defense, and I want the cloak time. Okay, the cloak time is kind of a big deal. And right now, it's like without the turn speed and all this stuff, my Reapers really kind of suck right now. So I need to get them fixed. These I really need to work on this, get this done. So Reapers are going to be my next priority. Of course, I probably could work on my Gollies too, eh? Maybe actually have a real guard. Well, anyway, I guess the fleets that you guys saw me use today, you saw me use my Harlock Atlas carriers, which I basically just used the 3 that are ballistic on here, ballistic armor. Now, if you were to emulate this build, I would definitely highly recommend sticking with D4E as opposed to D4C. I like the Hornets. I know we have a new UAV coming out, the Locust UAV, and I'm really up in the air on that one right now. I mean, it's easily the best UAV in the game, the Locust UAV that's coming out in the Forsaken mission, but it's easily the best. But because it doesn't have the reload time that this does, it just means, well, the reload time's actually half, right? The Hornet's 2 seconds, where the Locust is 4 seconds. That just means that I can get double the random launch overrides using Hornets that I could using the Locust. But on the flip side, the swarm time, if you the swarm time on them, like on this right here, the swarm time is 3.2 seconds. On the Locust is 12 seconds. So basically, I'm going to keep my enemy pinched, or my target pinched, for 3 seconds. So if I use the Locust, then I could keep it pinched for up to 12 seconds. And that's a really, really, really big deal, you know. So I'm strongly considering it. Definitely leaning in that direction. Even though I won't get as many, but just the fact that the ones that will come out will be extremely effective. And all of the ones with the Locust UAV, as I understand, are going to be pretty much like kamikazes, just because they're all going to put fire in the water. As I understand, as they die, they bleed fire. But so I suspect the Locust UAV is just huge. It's a really, really big deal. But anyway, I'm using the MC3 alloy speed system and power cells, UAV power cells, which mine are currently R5. So that's that boat. My Frosty is mainly strike missiles. As you guys can see, it's 4 strike missiles. I did put a couple of assault missile Z's on there, just really for the range, in case I use it for spotting for my Mastodons. I've got 2 D4Rs, a D5E, and a CP4. I use the reflective coating 3 missile system, engine 3, and MC3 alloy. My defenses on here, you see, it's got the 80 thermal, or 90 thermal, which is great. 65% evade. Ballistic is 65. Explosive is low. It's 30. Missile 69. Radioactive is 70. So, and concussive defense is 40%. So it's all really big deals. All right. And the other boat that you saw me use was my Kodiaks. And I keep telling people, you don't want to copy this fleet. Okay. My Mastodons have no armor, so you don't want to copy this. And now my Savage, everything is, the armor is great on here. So this is not a bad armor configuration. 2 D4Rs, 2 D5Es, and a CP4. And then the special configuration is good also. Solid Fuel Booster 3, Speed System 3, Reflective Coating 3, and MC3 alloy. And my Kodiaks are not bad either. But like I said, I need to make changes so that I can get armor on my Mastodon, some kind of armor, because right now they get targeted. So I don't recommend copying this fleet at all. What else did y'all see me use? Oh, my Stingrays. They do have 2 disruptors. They got 3 assault cannons, Z's, 2 disruptor cannons, assault disruptors rather. And I do got a siege cannon and a Piranha depth charge on there for anything that gets close. And it's got 2 D5Es. It's also got the MC3 alloy. MC3 alloy, if you notice, is really popular. Just ballistic and missile damage is what most people worry about. Agility 3, just in case I get pinched, and plus I got pretty decent evade. Speed System 3, and Cannon System. And you see the numbers on it: 68% evade, 51% ballistic defense, 65 missile defense, and that's it for defenses. But yeah, I'm not sure that this Stingray fleet is going to be good for anything else, so I'm kind of getting close to saying, you know, really it's only good for prepping out my dredges for me, but that's about it. Yeah, retrofits, there are a ton of retrofits, but you know, the component retrofits that you do, they're going to last a lot longer, you know. you'll be able to take advantage because generally, instead of them adding more categories to the components, they have a tendency to add them to existing. So if you what's the newest thing out? Well, let's just do the UAVs for example. UAVs, prototype UAVs. It says the Locust was added to that. So if you had any kind of this adds to your swarm duration, um, which generally you don't. I haven't done any retrofits on this at all, because you really don't get that much of a buff from that UAV swarm duration. I mean, you might get one more shot in, maybe if you retrofit enough, but the 3% on the swarm duration. I mean, if you add 3% to 3.2 seconds, it's like nothing. It's basically irrelevant. And for that to tie up your retrofit lab for 24 hours, it's really just not worth it. You can use that for something else that you're going to but my whole point stands. So is if you did have these retrofitted, your Locust UAV, the brand new, it's going to be retrofitted right out of the box for you. So yeah, if you have Kodiaks, I wouldn't even bother with Missile Cruiser X. I'm not going to lie. If you have Kodiaks, yeah, I wouldn't even bother with them. I mean, there are some things that are really nice with the MCXs. Don't get me wrong. For example, when you retrofit that up, the you get like what 160% reload or something like that. Let me look for it. MCX. There's the missile cruiser. There's right here. That one, the penetrating reload goes all the way up to 150%, which is huge. So, I mean, it's really, really nice. But even though the Kodiak doesn't quite have that kind of a reload, it's still really nice. So yeah. But yeah, if you have Kodiaks, I don't know that I would mess around with MCXs. Yeah, you get a lot more bang for your buck when you're retrofitting hulls, but the hulls don't last as long. They're not viable for as long period of time. I mean, when you retrofit a hull, I mean, basically you might be buying yourself a few extra months, but when you do the components, those retrofits can last for years. So, well, anyway, I'm probably going to go ahead and sign off of here for now. Like I said, I got a crap ton of repairs to do. I'm not hitting any more dredges. I'm just going to try to get my guard repaired, put that in, and then maybe I'll work on this right here. That way, maybe tomorrow I can do my Let It Burn campaign. So I'll go ahead and do shout outs real quick. That was my builds that I just reviewed. Wow, I got a lot of people on here. Holy crap. Bucked Up 2015's on, Captain 12, DH397, Dreadmall X, Fast Shot 45, FC3S 1981, G Daddy D, Josh Sumter's on here, Kengar North, Foxo, Scanderchin, I think it's Scanderchin. You guys right there, I'll let y'all read it. Sharp 066, Storm Pass, Upper Eye Scope or Up Periscope is on here, Upper. He used to be an Arbiter. Evil Kiwi, Extreme XC29. Thanks all of you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good evening.